I don't feel happy today.
Little things started to bother her.
Why does everything feel wrong?
Princess Sophia stopped.
Sophia woke up with a small frown on her face. She did not know why she felt this way, but something inside her felt tight and uncomfortable. The sunlight came through her window just like every other morning, soft and warm, yet Sophia did not feel happy to see it. She turned to the other side of her bed and pulled the blanket closer. "I don't want to get up," Sophia muttered. Usually mornings were calm for Sophia. She liked the quiet start of the day. Today everything felt wrong. Her pillow felt too warm. The room felt too quiet. Even the gentle light bothered her eyes. Sophia sat up slowly and rubbed her face. Her heart felt heavy and irritated at the same time. She did not feel sad. She did not feel angry either. She just felt grumpy. "I'm in a bad mood," she whispered, surprised by how true it felt. She stood up and walked to the mirror. Her hair was messy and her eyes looked tired. Sophia stared at her reflection and sighed. "Why do I feel like this?" she asked herself. There was no answer. Sophia washed her face, but the water felt too cold. She brushed her hair, but the brush pulled a little and that annoyed her. She chose her clothes, but nothing felt right. Everything felt uncomfortable. She changed her outfit twice before finally giving up. "This is the best I can do," she said softly, already feeling tired. When Sophia went to breakfast, the smells in the kitchen felt too strong. The sounds felt too loud. She sat at the table and crossed her arms. Someone greeted her cheerfully, but Sophia only nodded. Her mouth felt tight, like smiling would take too much effort. She picked up her spoon and took a bite of food. It did not taste bad, but it did not taste good either. She pushed the plate away slightly. "I'm not hungry," she said, even though her stomach felt empty. A small thing happened next. Her cup tipped just a little and a few drops spilled on the table. It was not a big mess. It was easy to clean. But to Sophia it felt huge. She frowned and wiped the table quickly. Her heart beat faster and her shoulders tensed. Why does everything keep going wrong? She thought. Nothing big had happened. Nothing terrible had occurred. Yet her bad mood made every tiny problem feel heavy and annoying. After breakfast, Sophia walked through the hallway. Her steps were fast and stiff. Someone spoke to her kindly, but she did not answer. She did not want to talk. She did not want questions. She wanted the feeling to stop. Sophia sat down in a quiet place and crossed her arms tightly. Her foot tapped against the floor. She felt restless and uncomfortable inside her own body. "I don't like this feeling," she whispered. Her thoughts jumped from one thing to another. Everything felt irritating. The quiet was annoying. The noise was annoying. Being alone felt bad. Being around others felt worse. She did not know what she wanted. Sophia tried to distract herself. She picked up a book she usually enjoyed. She opened it and read a few lines. The words blurred together. She closed the book with a sigh. "This isn't working," she muttered. She tried playing with something else, but her hands felt impatient. She stopped after a few seconds. Her bad mood followed her everywhere. As the morning went on, Sophia noticed something else. Her bad mood was making her feel tired. Her body felt tense. Her head felt full. She leaned back and closed her eyes. "Why can't I just feel normal?" she asked quietly. Inside her chest, the bad mood sat like a storm cloud. It was not loud or wild, but it blocked the light. It made everything feel dull and annoying. Sophia stood up and walked outside, hoping fresh air would help. The sky was clear and the air was cool. Normally this would make her feel better. Today it did not. She crossed her arms and stared at the ground. Nothing helps, she thought. A small sound nearby caught her attention. It was harmless, but it made her sigh loudly. "Can everything just stop?" she whispered. Sophia felt guilty for feeling this way. She knew nothing bad had happened. She knew she should be grateful. But her feelings did not listen to logic. Her bad mood did not care about reasons. As time passed, Sophia realized something important, even though she did not fully understand it yet. Bad moods can come without warning. They do not always have a clear reason. They can make small things feel big. This thought did not fix her mood, but it helped her feel a little less confused. Sophia sat quietly and took a slow breath. Her shoulders relaxed just a little. "I guess this is how I feel right now," she said softly. She did not know how long the bad mood would last. She did not know what to do about it yet. But she knew one thing. This morning felt wrong. Her mood felt bad. And this was only the beginning of her day. Sophia looked up at the sky again, her face calm but serious. "Maybe today will teach me something," she thought. With that quiet thought, Sophia stood up, ready to face the rest of the day, even if her bad mood stayed with her for a while. Sophia thought the bad mood would fade as the morning moved on, but it did not. Instead, it followed her closely, like a shadow that refused to leave. As she walked through her day, every small thing seemed to bother her more than it should. Her steps were quick and stiff and her shoulders stayed tight. She tried to remind herself to stay calm. "It's just a bad mood," Sophia whispered. "It will pass." But the bad mood did not listen. The first small problem happened when she tried to do something simple. It did not go the way she wanted. It was not a big mistake. It was easy to fix. Still, Sophia felt a rush of frustration in her chest. She frowned and let out a sharp breath. "Why can't anything work today?" she muttered. Her heart beat faster and her thoughts raced. She knew she was overreacting, but she could not stop the feeling. The bad mood made her patience very small. As she moved on, another tiny problem appeared. Someone spoke to her, trying to be friendly, but Sophia felt annoyed by the sound of the voice. She did not mean to be rude, but her reply came out short and cold. Immediately, she felt uncomfortable. "I didn't want to sound like that," she thought. But I couldn't help it. Her bad mood was starting to affect how she acted. Sophia walked away and tried to calm herself. She took a deep breath and counted slowly. 1, 2, 3. For a moment it helped. Her shoulders dropped a little. But then something else went wrong. A small delay. A small change. Nothing serious. Still it felt like too much. Sophia clenched her fists and sighed loudly. The frustration inside her grew. It felt like everything was piling up, even though none of it was truly important. She felt misunderstood even though no one had done anything wrong. "This day is terrible," she thought. Sophia knew that was not true. The day itself was normal. But her bad mood colored everything. It turned normal moments into annoying ones. It made simple things feel hard. She tried to distract herself by doing something she usually enjoyed. She focused carefully, hoping it would help. At first she felt a little better. Then a small mistake happened. That was enough. Sophia's jaw tightened and she pushed the task away. Her chest felt hot and her breathing became fast. "I can't do this," she said quietly. She felt like crying, but she was not sad. She felt frustrated and overwhelmed. Her bad mood made her feel like nothing was going right. Sophia sat down and crossed her arms tightly. Her foot tapped on the floor again and again. She stared at nothing, lost in her thoughts. "Why is today like this?" she asked herself. She thought about how many small things had gone wrong. None of them were big. None of them mattered much. Yet together they felt heavy. Her bad mood made her focus only on the problems. Someone nearby tried to help. They spoke gently and offered a solution. Sophia heard the words, but she did not want advice right now. She felt irritated that someone was trying to fix things. "I just want to be left alone," she thought. She nodded without looking up and turned away. A moment later she felt guilty. They were only trying to help, she realized. Her bad mood was not only making her frustrated. It was making her push people away. As the day continued, Sophia noticed how tired she felt. Her body ached and her head felt full. Being in a bad mood took energy. It made her feel worn out. She rested for a moment and closed her eyes. "I didn't know a bad mood could feel like this," she whispered. When she opened her eyes, she tried again to move forward calmly. She told herself to take things one step at a time. But then once again something small did not go as planned. Sophia let out a frustrated sound and shook her head. "Of course," she said quietly. At that moment she realized something important. When you are in a bad mood, it feels like everything goes wrong even when it doesn't. That thought stayed with her. Sophia paused and looked around. The world looked the same as always. Nothing was falling apart. Nothing was truly wrong. The problem was not the day. The problem was how she felt inside. This realization did not fix her mood, but it helped her understand it a little better. As afternoon came, Sophia felt drained. The bad mood had followed her through every moment, making everything feel harder than it needed to be. She wanted the day to end. "I just want to feel normal again," she whispered. She took another deep breath and sat quietly, letting the frustration settle. Her bad mood was still there, but now she could see it more clearly. It was turning small problems into big ones. It was making her impatient and tired. It was changing how she saw the day. Sophia rested her head back and closed her eyes. "This isn't me," she thought. "It's just a feeling." That thought gave her a tiny bit of relief. The day was not over yet. Her bad mood had caused many moments to feel wrong, but she was still moving forward. Even on a day when everything seemed to go wrong, Sophia was still learning something important about herself. And that lesson was just beginning. By the time afternoon arrived, Sophia felt exhausted. Her bad mood had followed her all day, and now it felt heavier than before. Her shoulders were tense, her head ached slightly, and her heart felt closed off. She did not want to talk. She did not want to explain. She just wanted space. Sophia sat quietly in a corner, hugging her knees. People moved around her, speaking softly, laughing sometimes, but she felt far away from them. Every sound felt like too much. Every voice made her feel more irritated. Please don't talk to me, she thought. I just want to be alone. Someone came closer and asked her a simple question. The voice was kind, gentle, and caring. But Sophia's chest tightened anyway. She did not look up. I'm fine, she said quickly. Her voice sounded sharper than she meant it to. The person paused, surprised, then quietly walked away. As soon as they left, Sophia felt a small sting in her chest. I didn't mean to sound like that, she thought. But she did not call them back. Sophia noticed that the bad mood was changing her behavior. She was not trying to be unkind, but her feelings were making her push people away. It felt easier to be alone than to explain what she did not understand herself. She crossed her arms tightly and stared at the floor. No one gets it, she whispered. The truth was, Sophia did not even know what it was. She just knew she felt uncomfortable inside and talking felt too hard. Later, someone else tried to include her in something small and friendly. They smiled and waited for her response. Sophia hesitated. Her heart felt torn. Part of her wanted to say yes. Another part felt annoyed for no clear reason. She shook her head. Not now, she said. The smile faded and the person walked away quietly. This time the guilt felt stronger. Sophia sighed and leaned her head against the wall. Why am I acting like this? She asked herself. She did not like pushing people away. She did not like being alone like this. But her bad mood made it hard to be gentle, even with people she cared about. As time passed, Sophia felt lonelier. The quiet she wanted now felt empty instead of peaceful. She watched others from a distance, feeling separate and misunderstood. They probably think I'm being rude, she thought. That idea made her stomach twist. Sophia hugged herself tightly. Her bad mood had built a wall around her. It kept others out, but it also kept comfort away. I don't want to hurt anyone, she whispered. I just don't know what to do. Her thoughts felt messy. She wanted help, but she did not know how to ask for it. She wanted space, but she also wanted someone to understand. The bad mood made everything confusing. Sophia stood up and walked slowly to a quieter place. She needed air. She needed distance. She needed time. As she walked, she thought about the day. The small problems. The frustration. The short answers. The looks she had noticed on other faces. Her chest felt tight again. I didn't mean to push them away, she thought. It just happened. She sat down and rested her hands in her lap. Her fingers trembled slightly. She took a slow breath and closed her eyes. In that quiet moment, Sophia realized something important. When you are in a bad mood, it is easy to push people away without meaning to. The bad mood made her feel defensive. It made her feel like talking was too much work. It made her feel like no one would understand anyway. But deep inside, Sophia knew that was not true. She wanted to feel close to others again. She wanted to feel calm and connected. Her bad mood was standing in the way. A tear formed in her eye. She blinked and let it fall. I don't like feeling like this, she whispered. She did not cry loudly. The tear was quiet, full of frustration and confusion. She wiped her cheek and took another deep breath. Slowly, her shoulders relaxed just a little. Sophia stayed there for a while, letting the moment pass. She did not rush herself. She did not force a smile. She simply sat with her feelings. She thought about how everyone has bad moods sometimes. How those moods can make people act in ways they do not mean. How feelings can take control if you do not pause. I don't want to be unkind, she thought. Even when I feel bad. That thought mattered to her. When Sophia finally stood up, she felt tired but thoughtful. Her bad mood was still there, but now she understood one thing clearly. Pushing people away did not make her feel better. It made her feel more alone. She looked around and saw the people she had avoided earlier. They were still there. Life was still moving. Sophia did not know yet how to fix everything. She did not know how to change her mood right away. But she knew she wanted to try. I can do better, she whispered. One small step. The day was not over yet. And even though her bad mood had made her push others away, Sophia was beginning to understand that she did not want to stay behind that wall forever. This realization stayed with her as the afternoon slowly moved toward evening, and Sophia prepared herself for the next step in her journey. As evening slowly approached, Sophia's bad mood was still with her, but it felt different now. It was no longer loud and sharp like earlier. Instead, it felt heavy and quiet, like a cloud that refused to move. Sophia walked slowly, thinking about everything that had happened during the day. Her short answers. Her crossed arms. The way she had pushed people away without meaning to. I don't like who I was today, she thought softly. That thought made her sad, but it also made her think. Sophia found a calm spot where she could sit alone. The light around her was gentle and the air felt cooler. She sat down carefully and placed her hands on her knees. Her fingers were tense, so she slowly opened and closed them. She remembered something she had once heard. When feelings feel too big, pause and breathe. Sophia decided to try. She took a slow breath in through her nose. Then she breathed out through her mouth. At first it felt strange. Her thoughts were still racing. Her bad mood was still sitting inside her chest. But she tried again. She focused only on her breathing. Not the day. Not the people. Not the mistakes. Just the air moving in and out. With each breath, her body began to soften. Her shoulders dropped slightly. Her jaw relaxed. The tight feeling in her chest loosened just a little. I'm allowed to slow down, she told herself. That idea felt comforting. Sophia realized that all day long she had been moving without stopping. Feeling without understanding. Reacting without pausing. Her bad mood had taken control because she never gave herself a moment to breathe. She closed her eyes again and stayed still. The bad mood did not disappear, but it stopped growing. It stopped pushing. It stopped shouting. It was just there. And for the first time that day, Sophia did not feel afraid of it. It's okay to feel bad sometimes, she whispered. It doesn't mean I'm bad. That thought surprised her. She had been so upset with herself for being in a bad mood. She had felt guilty for every sharp word and every quiet moment. But now she understood something important. Feelings are not choices. Actions are. Sophia could not choose to never feel bad. But she could choose how she responded to that feeling. She opened her eyes and looked around. The world looked the same, but she felt a little different inside. Calmer. More aware. I don't have to push everyone away, she thought. I can pause first. Sophia practiced breathing again. Slowly. Gently. She counted in her head to help. 1, 2, 3. Then out. 1, 2, 3. Each breath felt like a small step toward balance. She thought about the moments earlier when she felt annoyed for no reason. When she spoke too quickly. When she wanted to disappear. If she had paused then, maybe things would have gone differently. But it's okay, she told herself. I'm learning now. Learning felt hopeful. Sophia placed one hand on her chest and felt her heartbeat. It was steady now, not racing like before. She smiled faintly. I can listen to myself, she thought. The bad mood had been trying to tell her something all day. That she was tired. That she felt overwhelmed. That she needed care, not pressure. She had ignored those signals until they became frustration. Now she understood. I don't need to fix everything today, Sophia whispered. I just need to be kind. That kindness started with herself. As the minutes passed, Sophia felt a little stronger. Not happy yet, but stable. Like standing on solid ground after slipping earlier. She stood up slowly and stretched her arms. Her body felt lighter than before. She took one more deep breath and let it go. In that moment, Sophia made a quiet promise to herself. When I feel a bad mood coming, I will pause. I will breathe. I will not rush my feelings away. It was a simple promise, but it felt powerful. Sophia walked back with a calmer step. Her bad mood was still there, but it no longer controlled her. She was holding it gently instead of fighting it. She noticed small things again. The way the light changed. The soft sounds around her. The feeling of the ground beneath her feet. These little details made her feel present. I forgot how nice it is to notice things, she thought. Earlier, her bad mood had made everything feel loud and annoying. Now things felt quieter and softer. Sophia knew she might still feel upset later. She knew moods do not disappear just because you breathe once. But now she had a tool. Pause. A breath. A choice. That knowledge made her feel proud. I'm trying, she whispered. And that was enough for now. As evening settled in, Sophia felt ready for the next moment. She was not rushing to fix her mood. She was not pretending to be cheerful. She was simply being aware. Her bad mood had taught her something important. Sometimes the best thing you can do is stop, breathe, and listen to your heart. With that thought, Sophia continued forward, calmer than she had been all day, ready to take the next small step toward feeling better. As night began to fall, Sophia felt a gentle tiredness settle over her. It was different from the heavy exhaustion she felt earlier in the day. This tiredness felt calmer, like her body and mind were finally slowing down together. Her bad mood was still there, but it no longer felt like a storm. It felt more like a quiet shadow following her without shouting. Sophia walked slowly, thinking about her promise to pause and breathe. She had done that and it helped. Now she wondered what came next. I don't want to stay alone, she thought. But I'm scared to say the wrong thing again. That fear made her hesitate. She stopped and looked around. People were nearby, talking softly and sharing small moments together. No one looked upset. No one looked angry. Life had continued even while Sophia was struggling. They didn't stop caring, she realized. That thought warmed her heart a little. Sophia understood something important. Even though she had pushed people away earlier, it did not mean she could not take a step back toward them. She did not need a big speech or a perfect explanation. She just needed a small step. One small step, she whispered. She took a deep breath, just like she had practiced, and walked closer to someone she trusted. Her heart beat a little faster and her hands felt warm. What if she sounded rude again? What if she didn't know what to say? Those worries filled her mind, but she kept walking. When she reached them, she stopped. For a moment, she said nothing. Then she spoke quietly. I'm sorry if I was short earlier, Sophia said. I was in a bad mood. Her voice was soft and honest. The person looked at her with kindness, not anger. They nodded slowly. It's okay, they said gently. That simple response made Sophia's chest feel lighter. She had expected questions or disappointment, but instead she felt understanding. Her shoulders relaxed, and she let out a breath she did not realize she had been holding. Thank you, Sophia said. It was a small moment, but it felt very big to her. Sophia realized that taking small steps toward others did not make her bad mood worse. It made it easier to carry. Sharing even a tiny piece of how she felt made the load lighter. She stayed nearby, listening more than talking. She did not force herself to be cheerful. She did not pretend her mood was gone. She simply stayed present. And that was enough. As time passed, Sophia felt a gentle shift inside her. Her bad mood loosened its grip a little more. Not because everything was fixed, but because she was no longer holding it alone. I don't have to hide how I feel, she thought. I can share it calmly. That thought gave her confidence. Later, someone else approached her. Sophia noticed the familiar tight feeling start to rise again, but this time she paused. She breathed. She reminded herself of what she had learned. I can choose how I respond. When she spoke, her voice was calmer than before. She listened carefully. She nodded. She stayed open. The conversation was simple, but it felt meaningful. Sophia felt connected again, even with her bad mood still nearby. She realized something important. Being in a bad mood does not mean you have to be alone. It does not mean you have to push people away. You can feel upset and still be kind. You can feel annoyed and still listen. That idea felt powerful. Sophia smiled softly, not because she felt happy, but because she felt proud. She was trying. She was learning. She was growing. Her bad mood had taught her many lessons that day. About patience. About breathing. About kindness. And now about courage. It takes courage to step back toward others after pushing them away. It takes courage to say sorry. It takes courage to be honest about your feelings. Sophia felt that courage inside her now. As the night grew quieter, she found herself laughing softly at something small. The sound surprised her. She placed a hand over her mouth, then smiled. I didn't think I could laugh today, she thought. Her bad mood did not disappear completely, but it no longer controlled her actions. She felt balanced, like she was standing between feeling bad and feeling okay. That balance felt good. Sophia took another deep breath and looked around. The day had been long and difficult, but it was ending gently. She had made mistakes, but she had also learned from them. I'm glad I didn't give up, she whispered. She thought about how tomorrow might bring another bad mood or another challenge. But now she had tools. She had understanding. She had small steps she could take. Pause. Breathe. Be kind. Take one step toward others. Those steps felt simple, but they mattered. As Sophia prepared to rest, she felt thankful for the lessons hidden inside her bad mood. It had been uncomfortable, but it had shown her how strong she could be. She knew she was not perfect. She knew she would have moments like this again. But she also knew she could handle them better each time. With that comforting thought, Sophia felt peaceful enough to let the day end. Her bad mood rested quietly, no longer loud or heavy. And Sophia rested too, knowing that even on bad days, small steps can lead back to warmth, connection, and understanding. When the night became deeper and quieter, Sophia found herself alone again, but this time it felt different. She was not hiding. She was not pushing anyone away. She simply wanted a moment to think. The events of the day moved slowly through her mind, like pages of a story she was rereading with new understanding. Her bad mood had followed her from morning until night, changing shape as the hours passed. At first it was sharp and confusing. Then it became heavy and tiring. Now it felt softer, like something that wanted to be understood instead of fought. Sophia sat down and rested her chin in her hands. Why did I feel that way today? She asked herself. She thought carefully. She realized she had been tired before the day even began. She had felt pressure to do everything right. She had felt overwhelmed without knowing why. Those feelings had quietly grown until they turned into a bad mood. I didn't notice the signs, she whispered. That realization was important. Sophia understood that feelings do not appear suddenly for no reason. They build slowly. They send small signals before they grow loud. If she ignored those signals, the feelings would find another way to come out. And today they came out as irritation and distance. Sophia sighed gently. I wasn't trying to be mean, she said. I was just struggling. That thought brought a wave of relief. For most of the day, Sophia had been upset with herself. She felt guilty for being short with others. She felt ashamed for pushing people away. She replayed those moments again and again in her head. But now something changed. She realized she could forgive herself. Everyone has bad days, she thought. Everyone feels off sometimes. Sophia placed a hand over her heart and closed her eyes. I forgive myself for today, she whispered slowly. I was learning. Those words felt strange at first but also comforting. Forgiveness softened the tight feeling inside her chest. She did not excuse her behavior. She still knew she could do better. But she also knew that being too hard on herself would not help. Understanding felt much kinder than blame. Sophia thought about how she handled things later in the day. How she paused. How she breathed. How she took small steps toward others. Those moments mattered too. I didn't stay stuck, she realized. I tried. That made her feel proud. The bad mood had not won. It had taught her something instead. Sophia opened her eyes and looked around the quiet space. The night felt calm, like it was listening. She felt safe enough to think honestly. She realized another important truth. Feelings come and go. But how you treat yourself stays with you. If she punished herself every time she felt bad, she would never feel free. But if she listened, learned, and forgave herself, she could grow stronger. I want to be patient with myself, Sophia said softly. She imagined what she would do differently next time. She would notice when her body felt tense. She would notice when her thoughts felt heavy. She would pause sooner. She would speak more gently, or ask for space kindly instead of snapping. I can do that, she thought. That belief gave her confidence. Sophia also thought about the people around her. How they had shown understanding when she apologized. How they did not turn away from her. That reminded her that mistakes do not end relationships when honesty and kindness are present. I'm not alone, she whispered. That feeling warmed her heart. Her bad mood had made her feel separate earlier, like she was standing on the outside. Now she felt connected again, not just to others but to herself. Sophia stood up slowly and stretched. Her body felt relaxed for the first time all day. She rolled her shoulders and took a deep breath. The breath felt calm and steady. She smiled gently. I learned a lot today, she thought. She learned that bad moods are messages, not enemies. She learned that pausing can change everything. She learned that small steps matter. And she learned that forgiving herself is just as important as understanding others. Those lessons felt precious. As Sophia prepared to rest, she felt peaceful. The bad mood was almost gone now, not because it was forced away but because it had been heard. She lay down and closed her eyes, feeling calm spread through her body. The noise of the day faded into quiet memories. Tomorrow would be a new day. It might bring joy. It might bring challenges. It might even bring another bad mood. But Sophia was ready. I'll listen next time, she whispered. And I'll be kind to myself. With that final thought, Sophia drifted into rest, feeling lighter than she had all day, knowing that even difficult feelings can lead to understanding, growth, and gentle self-forgiveness when you allow yourself to learn. When morning arrived, Sophia opened her eyes slowly. Soft light filled the room and for a moment she stayed very still. She listened to the quiet sounds around her and noticed how her body felt. Her chest was calm. Her shoulders were relaxed. The heavy bad mood from the day before was gone. Sophia took a deep breath and smiled slightly. I feel better, she whispered. She sat up and stretched her arms. The new day felt fresh, like a clean page waiting for a new story. Sophia remembered everything she had learned yesterday, and those lessons stayed with her clearly. She remembered how her bad mood had started small. She remembered how it grew when she ignored it. She remembered how pausing and breathing helped. And most of all, she remembered how forgiving herself made everything lighter. Sophia climbed out of bed feeling hopeful. As she moved through the morning, she paid close attention to herself. She noticed how she felt inside. She noticed her thoughts. She noticed her breathing. I want to start today gently, she told herself. She did not rush. She did not push herself. She took her time and stayed aware. When she met others, she greeted them with a calm voice and open eyes. Her heart felt warm instead of tight. She listened carefully and responded slowly, just like she promised herself. Someone smiled at her and she smiled back. That small exchange made her feel happy. Sophia realized something important. The bad mood from yesterday did not ruin anything. It helped her grow. It showed her what she needed to learn. If I didn't feel bad, she thought, I wouldn't have learned how to handle my feelings better. That idea made her feel grateful. As the day continued, small challenges appeared, just like any normal day. Something did not go exactly as planned. A tiny feeling of irritation tried to sneak in. Sophia noticed it right away. She stopped. She breathed. The feeling softened. I see you, she thought. But you don't control me. She chose her response carefully and stayed calm. That moment felt like a big victory. Sophia felt proud, not because she never felt upset, but because she noticed it and handled it kindly. That was a new skill and she knew it would help her for a long time. Later, as she sat quietly, Sophia thought about other children who might feel the same way sometimes. Children who wake up in a bad mood without knowing why. Children who feel grumpy, sad, or annoyed and feel confused by those feelings. She wished she could tell them what she learned. It's okay to feel this way, she would say. You are not bad for feeling bad. You just need to pause, breathe, and be kind to yourself. Those thoughts made her heart feel full. Sophia knew she would still have days when her mood felt off. She would still have moments when things felt too much. But now she trusted herself more. I can handle my feelings, she thought. That trust was powerful. As the sun moved higher in the sky, Sophia felt peaceful. The bad mood from yesterday felt far away, like a lesson from the past instead of a problem from the present. She took another deep breath and made a gentle promise to herself. When I feel a bad mood coming, I will listen. I will pause instead of reacting. I will breathe before I speak. And I will forgive myself when I make mistakes. This promise felt kind and realistic. Sophia knew she did not have to be perfect. She just had to keep trying. The day passed smoothly, not because everything was perfect, but because Sophia stayed connected to herself. She stayed aware. She stayed gentle. When evening came again, Sophia felt calm and content. She thought about the journey she had taken, all starting with one bad mood. That bad mood taught me so much, she thought. She learned about patience. She learned about understanding. She learned about kindness. And she learned about herself. Sophia felt strong in a quiet way. As she prepared to rest, she felt thankful. Thankful for the difficult feelings that helped her grow. Thankful for the moments of learning. Thankful for the chance to start fresh. She lay down and closed her eyes, feeling peaceful and safe. Tomorrow would bring new feelings, new moments, and new challenges. But Sophia was ready for them now, because she knew something very important. Even bad moods can lead to good lessons. Even hard days can help you grow. And even when you feel upset, you are still kind, strong, and worthy. With that comforting thought, Sophia drifted into sleep, ending her story with calm in her heart and a gentle promise to always listen to her feelings and treat herself with care.